Hello guys, welcome back to this newer section on cards and filters. Till now, we have seen how to install and upgrade Power BI software, transform data, get data, measures, map, and charts. Now, slowly we are coming to some advanced level of visuals. The basic charts we are covering slowly. Now, what are the cards and filter? They are very important indicators. Cards are nothing but indicators giving you only the values. So it can be text, it can be date or numbers. And also we will see how to work on different filters. So in this session, I can show you here number card, text card, date card, multi-row card. Later on, along with that, side by side, we will see how to work on these filters option. These are four different types of filters. There are many filters which we will see, but right now, as a beginner, there are four different filters we will see: filter on visual, filter on page, filter on all pages, and drill through filter. Let us see how to work on number cards. So, there is no number card kind of concept in Power BI. There is only card concept. You can create a card, simple card. So, I have just given this name as number card, text card, and date card separately. So, I can show you different examples here. So, let us see how to create a number card and then I'll tell you what is the use. So, I can just click on this card here and I'll just try to align it properly and I'll put here sales. Either you drag and drop into this filled option or you drag and drop it here. Okay. So, that's a simple card over here. Again, I'll click outside. Make sure you click outside and again click on card. Now, I'll drag and drop profit. Again, I'll click outside and click to the card button and here I'll drag quantity column into that card. So, I'm only dragging numbers numerical column like sales, profit and quantity, not the text columns like region, state, that I'll do later. So, what it is trying to say, it is trying to give you the total values. Total sales 2.30 million, total profit is 287.16 thousand, quantities 39,000. Okay? So, these are like again indicators which will give you what are the values going on. Total values. So, right now, might you have seen some dashboards on coronavirus? What are the total number of cases? What are the active cases? What are the fertility rate? So, this number will be given on the top and at the bottom, they will give some charts, maybe bar chart, map, column chart, or line chart, or something. So, consider this as an indicator over there. Now, the work very simple. Okay, they are very simple to watch, but they are very useful. How? I will create some map or some table over here. Let me just create a map. I'll click here and click on this map button and I can drag state and sales into values or size. So that's a map here. Okay. Now, if I keep my cursor here, this is what California. Let me also add some labels over here and go to the format option and enable this category labels. So on California, observe if I click on this California, you are able to see the sales, profit and quantity for California. Let's say if I click on this some other state, that New York, and you can see all the values in that card will change. You see, all the values are changed. I have not done anything, no linking. I have done by default all the cards, all the charts in that page are linked together. These are default properties. If you want, you can break the relation also, which we'll see in coming section. But it's very simple and easy to use this card option. Not only map, you can create any chart. So let's say I'll create a table here. So I'll drag subcategory and I'll drag sales. So suppose If I click on accessories, one subcategory, you can see the values will change in card. Okay, so I click on this accessory, which is 167,380.32, and same I am getting on the toe. Okay, just to show you whether the values are correct or not, if I click on binders, the sales for binders is 2341 2.73. So that's it, 2034,000. All the values will be given. So this is how we work on number cards. Now, if you want to change the formatting or everything, I'll select this one card. I will go to this format option. Usually, we require borders for those. Okay, select the journal option. Here is the option visual borders. Enable this, and using border, you can properly align them. If you want, you can round up the border, go to the format and go to this visual border option, scroll down and I round the borders. A bit fancy, nothing else. Select that and make it border case. So, this way you can also round the borders. It looks better. Okay, that's it. I hope you have understood how to create a simple number card in Power BI. Now we will see how to create a card for text. When I say text, it can be anything. It can be subcategory, category, region, state, anything. So let's see how to create a text card. So I'll click on this card and I'll drag subcategory into card. So you can see it is giving me accessories, and below that accessory is written as it is telling you what is the first subcategory. Okay. First subcategory means alphabetical order wise. So A to Z, the first category is accessories. One more I'll create. I will on this card and drag here again subcategory, and again it will also give the same, which is the first subcategory. But suppose if you want to last subcategory in terms of alphabetical order wise descending, so select that card and you can click on this small button here and you have the option as last. So first one is by default selected. If you click on last, what is the last subcategory? It's tables, and you can change something if you want. You can click on this drop down and select count. So if you click on count, you will be getting what are the times subcategory are repeated. 9994. So entire data is 9994. These are the numbers of records. So if I click on this button, I can select the option count distinct. This is great option. If I click on count distinct, this will tell me what are the unique subcategories in that column. So there are 17 unique subcategories in that database. Okay, but this is not so useful when it comes to create some visuals or dashboard. You don't usually get a subcategory alphabetical order. No. So I think I will just click and remove the cards. So what I can do is I can show you which is the highest selling subcategory, highest profitable subcategory and highest quantity subcategory. So for that we have to do some small exercise and then we will come back here. Okay, I'll create a new page here. I'll click on this new page and drag this page, and I can just click on this table and create here subcategory sales, profit and quantity. So 4 columns I am done. So this we are preparing a base for creating a card. Okay, now what is the highest selling subcategory? I'll click on this sort button and it is given as phones 33,000, which is phones. So I'll click in this notepad. I'll write in this place which is for highest sale, which is the highest profitable. So I can click on this heading and it will tell me copies is the highest profitable. So I'll write here in notepad as copiers, which is having the highest quantity. I can click on this, and binders is the highest quantity subcategory. So I'll write here binders. So These are the three highest selling, highest profitable, and highest quantity. So, it was easy when you have a table, but sometimes you don't have a table and you have very limited space, and the client or the end user wants the answer quickly. For that, you can create a text card. Okay. Now, come the text card. So, I'll create here a text card and subcategory into that box. So, as we have seen, it is giving the alphabetical order. It's one in this filter section, and there are three filters: filter on visual, filter on page, and filter on all pages. So, right now, I will be taking about this option which is filter on visual. So carefully observe what I will do in my answer. My output expected is what is the highest selling subcategory. So you have to do one thing. I have subcategory, this particular subcategory, and drop it into this box here. Okay. So you see, I will just drag subcategory and drop into this box. Why I am doing that? I tell you, when you drag and drop, it will expand you. See, I have second subcategory. Click on this small drop down button and click on the small button here and select top N. These are again subcategories. So, if I select the option top N, I am looking for only top 1 sales. I am dragging and dropping sales into this box. So, what is I am done it? I drag subcategory, select from here top N and type 1 and by values sales. The moment I click apply, you see when I click on apply, this value has changed and it is giving me as follows: phones. Why phones? Because here if you see the highest selling subcategory is what? Phones. Same way, I'll show you how to find out highest profitable and highest quantity. So I just take a card, drag subcategory, and now here I drag subcategory and click to the top and write here 1 and drag profit and apply. And you can see, let me open the notepad and you can see highest profitable. Let's see highest quantity. Click to this card, drag the subcategory column and click to this top and write 1 and drag quantity column here and apply the button. Make sure you click on this apply filter button. Most of the time apply button filter we forgot. So once you click on apply, you can see the answer. So is the top quantity. So now I know this title at the bottom is misleading. You see first subcategory, first subcategory, first subcategory. So you can change that. You can click on this, select the card, you can click on this, select the card, click on this small drop down. Here is the option rename. Click to this rename option, write as highest sales. I can select the second card, click on this button and rename as highest profit. Select the subcategories and click here, rename the card as most order. Okay. So these are the top 3 subcategories here. Okay. So that's it. I hope you have understood how to work on text card in Power BI. So we will see how to properly align those text card and also we will work on how to text card can be useful further. So first of all, let me align it properly. Properly give a background, that is the border here. Select that format button and you can see there is an option visual border. Scroll down, expand the border and this radius, if I make it to 30px, it will round out. The borders will be round up and give more effects. I can just click on this shadow button here. So if you compare this, looks more fancy. And same way, I'll try to also modify, select the same border, make it round and enable this shadow button. Same apply for this one. And by the way, we have a format painter option. Why to do it again and again? So simply select the card from where you copy the formatting and then click on format painter, and then you can just click on the other option and you can see that has been formatted. So this way you can format. So I have three different cards: highest selling, most profitable, and highest quantity. So this text card will change when if I click on any other chart. Let's say, for example, I will create here a simple column chart for category and I will select sales over here so that this simple column chart. So there are three categories. I can say technology, furniture, and office supplies. Let me move it on the right. So, if you ask me inside technology, which is the most selling, profitable, and most ordered? So, I click on technology and you can see phones and phones and phones. These are the most ordered, most profitable, and highest selling. If I click on furniture, in furniture, the most selling chair, most profitable is chair, and most ordered is furnishing. If I click on office supplies, it will tell me that the highest selling is storage, most profitable is paper, and most ordered is binders. So, not only column chart, as I said, you can work on any type of chart and this text card will automatically change. They are automatically linked there. So that's it. I hope you have understood. Let us see how to create a date card in Power BI. This is one of the most important. So it's simple and easy and there are many features which have been added with new version. Let us see that. So here I will just click on this card option and I can pick up here order date into this fields. Since it is a date card, I will pick up any date field here. So this will give you one date which is the earliest date in that database. So let me show you practically. When I go to page 1, just dummy page, I will remove that and I will create a table, pick up here order date and sales. So what I am trying to show you is what is the minimum date in that table. Minimum date is 3rd January 2014 and same value given in that card. If you find out the latest date in the dataset, I can click on that column heading and you can see latest date would be 30 December 2017. Let us go and check. So I will go to that date card sheet and the earliest one is 3rd January 2014. This one is by default selected as earliest. If you want, you can search for latest date and you can see 30 December 2017. Okay, that's latest date over here. What I want to show you is which date was there where we got most sales or highest profit day. Let me go to that page 1 and drag profit into table. This was just for understanding. I am creating not required. In this company, you don't have to create this one. So if I sort this in descending order of sales, the most selling day was 18 March 2014. So I will write here 18 March 2014. Okay. Same way, the highest profit 2nd October 2016 and I'll write here 2nd October 2016 into highest profit. So it was easy. When I create a table sorting ascending descending, then I got the answer. But in real time, you don't create this table and we usually take this card. Okay. So what I can do is I can show you this method. We can work on this filter on this visual. We have detailed topic on filter, but let's see. When I click on this drop down, you can see the options are not there. Not many options will be visible, so I can just minimize and I will pick up order date and drop into this box. So here we have again 5 options here. First is advanced filtering, basic filtering, relative date, relative time, and top n. I will show you the same thing if I click on top n and I will type as top 1 tracked sales into values filled, and if I click on apply filter, you can see 18 March 2014 was the highest selling day. You can see here 18 March 2014. If you want to see most profitable day, 2nd October 2016, so I can go back, I can remove this sales option and I can drag here profit into the box and I apply here button. You can see 2nd October 2016. So what I will do is I will create two cards here. So first I just right click copy, paste using Ctrl V, and in this card I simply select the sales. Okay, apply filter. So left hand side is the most profitable and is the highest selling. So I can rename that. Click on the drop down and click on rename. I can say as most profitable date and I can say as highest selling. So let me create a table at the bottom for region and sales. A simple table is created. If I click on central and if I want to find out what is the highest selling day and most profitable day in central, so if I click here, you can see 2nd October 2016. If I click on south, it will give you the details about the particular values. So any dataset you have at the bottom, it will try to change the dates also. So that's it. I hope you have understood how to create a date card in Power BI. Let us see one more interesting topic in date card, that is relative date filtering. That is very important and new feature in latest Power BI application. So what is relative date card? So suppose I create a simple card here, click on this card and I can pick up order date into card. This will give me by default the earliest date in the database. But what I want to find out the earliest date in last 10 years. So I can drag this order date and drop into this box. If I click on this drop down, I have these 5 options. When you drag some textual fields, you have 3 options. So related date is a new feature. So my question was, I want to find out in the last 10 years which was the smallest date. So I can click on this last and I can write 10, not days, but I want to include here years. When I click on apply button, and you can see in the last 10 years, 8th Feb 2015 was the smallest date. Let's see if I want to last 100 months. If I click on apply, you can see 8th October 2016 was in the last 100 months. Now, it looks simple, but what is the beauty of this relative date? If I open this file, next year this 2016 will change to 2017. So this date is connected to my system date. Whenever the data or date changes, this value will automatically changes. Same way, what is range given here? It is given as 8/10/2016 to 7/2/2025. This date is actually the date when I am recording today. So it is including this day also. So if I open this file tomorrow, this will change. Now, where it can be used? Let me show you that. So, if I remove this card, actually this relative card filtering can be used anywhere in the reports, anywhere. So let me show you an example. If I click on table and I pick up here order date and sales, this comes in 4 columns: years, quarter, months and day. I'll try to bring in one column. I'll just click on this drop down and click here order date. So I am getting here the entire set 3rd January 2014. But I only want data from last 10 years only. So I'll just pick up order date and drag into this box. So I want data from relative date. So relative date here in the last 10 years and click on apply filter. So here you see 2015 is in the last 10 years. The entire table will only give you for the last 10 years. If I open the file next year, so this particular data will keep on changing. In fact, if I open in next month, also this data will change. So it's just one example, one simple table you can apply for all the charts or the visuals, so you can create reports one time and report will automatically refresh for every month, year. And that's very simple. So I hope you have understood how to work on relative date filtering. Now I think you are comfortable with how to work on date card, number card and text card. All these options gives you one values at a time, only one date, one number and one text. What if you want to have multiple numbers, multiple text and multiple dates? Let's see. So for that, we will be using multi-row cards. Actually the name is not so correct. It should be multi-row and multi-column card. Let us see. If I click on this normal card, what we have seen, and if I drag here subcategory, I used to get only one subcategory. But if I click outside and if I click on this multi-row card, and if I drag same field over here subcategory into that box, you can see I will be getting all the names of those subcategories into that dataset. These are 17 subcategories if you count along with this subcategory. If you also want sales, profit, quantity, anything, you can simply drag and drop profit, sales and quantity. So you can keep on adding as many columns you want. Okay. So that's a name it's given as multi-row card. So why it is giving multi-row card? Because can see these are multi-records. What I was saying is it should be also given multi-column because I'm adding these columns. So name should not be multi-row, it should be multi-row and multi-column card. Okay, let's make more sense. So you can keep on adding different fields over here. Let's make it simple. I will only add a subcategory and profit. So these are all 17 subcategories. What I only want top 3 subcategories by profit. The highest profitable top 3 subcategories. So I just drag the subcategory, drop into the box, click on this drop down and select top and option, and here I can select 3 and I drag profit into the by values, and if I click on apply filter button, you can see 3 subcategories are given and they are the highest profitable. And what are those? Accessories, copiers and phones are the highest profitable subcategory. Suppose you want the lowest profitable, you can click on this bottom button and apply. So these are the lowest profitable. So what is the benefit of using this multi-row card? Let me show you. Suppose I'll create a pie chart for region and sales. So suppose I select in pie chart West region. So what are the top 3 subcategories which are sold in West region? I can say accessories, binders and copies. If I click on central, you can see the values are changing. So you can find out top 3 profitable subcategory. When you keep on clicking on any region, not only this, you can change the chart, you can change the different fields over here and these values will keep on changing. So that's it. I hope you have understood how to create a multi-row card in Power BI. Now we will see filters. Filters are very important when you create some dashboards or a report. They are used to filter the data on the visual. That's very simple. Let us see practically. There are different types of filters available in Power BI. We have filter on visual. You can see I have created a sheet over here and I will keep on showing you topics on this. So we have filter on visual, filter on page, filter on all pages and drill through. And many more filters are there. So right now we will be focusing on how to work on filter on visual. Okay. So if you are using older version of Power BI, you might not get this filter pane. So you have to upgrade the version or update the feature in that. I mentioned the video link. You can see how to upgrade the feature. Right now, in this filter pane, we have only two type of filters. First is filter of page and second is filter on all pages. In this page, actually you should get three filters here. Filter on visual also should be there, but it is not there. So, first of all, I'll create some visuals, only then the option we will be there. So, let me create some charts. Let's say pie chart for region and sales. Okay. So now you carefully observe I am getting filter on visuals now. I'm getting that. The other option also. So three filters are there. The screen. If I click outside the chart, filters on visual is missing. Only two options are there. Because you have to select the visuals, only then you can apply filter on that visual. Now I'll create second chart. One is this pie chart. One I'll create a funnel chart here and funnel chart will have subcategory and sales. Now the question is, suppose if I only want to apply a filter only on that pie chart, so I have to apply the option as filter on visual. So if I want to see only this data for some specific category, let's say the technology, so I can just drag this category and drop into this box. Why not into this box or into this box? Because currently I am interested only on this visual. So I can just drag and drop into this box. So here I can select the option as technology and minimize this filter. So carefully observe, I have applied a filter only in the visual, not on the other visual. So when I do that, this particular chart is changing. How do you find out? You have just checked the values. If they are changing, that means the chart is affected. So if I select something else, office supplies, you can see only one chart is changing the values, not the other chart, not the other one. So if you want, you can specifically filter any one visual. So let us see how to work on filter on page. Okay. Filter on visuals we have seen, and the next part we have, that is filter on this page. So when I say page, this is known as page. In Excel file, there are known as sheets, but here these are known as pages. So I apply the filter on entire page only on one page. Right now, I'll create three charts here. Pie chart with region and profit. Second, I'll pick up here table for segment and sales, and third one is order date and profit. I'll create a table. Now you can see these are three simple visuals here. Now the question is, if I want to see entire page only for a category, let's say as furniture, so I have click outside or any chart and then I will pick up this category and drop into this box and select technology. The moment I click on technology, the entire page will show me details about technology. You see the values have changed. It was a bit fast, very quick, but you can see these values. This will also change if I click outside and if I select office supplies, and you can see the values of entire page will change. Okay, that's very simple. If you want to clear filter, you can just click on clear button and I will just remove this filter here. Now I want to see the entire detail about only first state. Let's say California. So I can pick up state, drag and drop into this box. So here is California, and you also type here and click this box here. The moment I click, you can see all the options will change. You see total page has changed. So I can deselect and select New Mexico, and you can see all the values that change. You can also filter multi-parameters. Let's say I can pick up for customer, I can drag and drop into the box and I can select any one customer and I can get the values on the entire page. Okay, so I hope you have understood how to create a filter on the page. Let us see the next topic. We have filter on all the pages. As the name says, filter applies on all the pages, not only one page but all the pages. Let us see. So for that, what I'll do is I'll create two pages here. One is page 1 and page 2. I will try to create two charts over here. In P1, I will create a simple table and apply category and sales, and I will create here bar chart and put here subcategories and sales. These are two simple charts here, and I will copy that visual on P2. So these are two pages, one is P2 and P1. Both the places are same charts, nothing different. So what I will do is I will apply all pages filter here, and you can see both the places are changed. So we can see the page filter, and here I drag and drop category and furniture, and you can see the changes here. But when I go to the P2, you can see here is no changes, right? This page is not affected. So what I can do is I can go back to P1, I delete this filter and I drag category into this box. So I drag and drop category into this box, drop down and select furniture, and you can see the changes. And if I go to this P2 page, you can see this page is also affected. So not only these two pages, but if you open any page, you will be able to see the filter is applied. So if I go to some another page, you can see here also data is filtered. By the way, this filter pane is common everywhere in all the sheets. This page would be common. So if you want to modify, you can modify from here, or you can go to that page or filter on all pages. So I hope you have understood how to work on filter on all pages. Now we will see drill through in Power BI. It is very important topic in Power BI. It is used to drill down and navigate through different pages. That's a name given drill through. So how do we use it and what are the advantages? Let us see that. I have created three sheets, P4, P5, P6. Let's talk about P4. First, in P4, I will create two charts. One is bar chart, category and sales, and second is region wise sales as a pie chart. In P5, I will create three tables for subcategory and sales. Second is years and sales, and last for segment and sales. You observe everywhere the values is 2297200. Now for P6, I have created another two tables. First is customer sales and second for city and sales. And see the values also is same 2297200. It can be different table, different chart, no problem. So my question is, if I see the values of technology is 836 154, so if I want to see the value, I same value for technology in P5 and P6. So what I need to say is in P5, I want to see this value as 836 154. So this page or a table should only give me details about the furniture or whatever option I select. Same applies for P6 also. So you have to click outside somewhere, okay, and you can see here is option drill through filled. I am on P5. I can drag here category into this button here. So why I have added a category? Because from P4 page I want to jump to the P5 via category field. So I have added here, nothing has to be done, that's it. When I go to P4 page, carefully observe, when I right click on this category, and here if you see drill through option and page P5, whereas if I right click on this region, there is no drill through option. If you click on any chart, you will not get it. If you right click on only category chart, then you will get this drill through option and the page number. So then you will get this drill through option and the page number. So when I click on P5, carefully observe, I will click on this furniture When I jump to P5, you can see we have same values which we have in P4. So now in P6, I will pick up region, jump to P4 and right click on the region, and now here we have option drill through. Click on the P6 and simply click on the west region, and the value is 725,457, and jump to P6 and you can see values are same. So that's it. I hope you have understood how to work on drill through in Power BI. I hope this session has been helpful in clarifying the concepts. If you have encountered any difficulties, don't hesitate to reach out to me by commenting below.